here for Jake Wing Game, and it's something about on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you on Let's Play episode of Roads Yet Traveled, Merrick's Path. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Oh, that was nothing. Huh. You should see him when he's really angry. He's not wrong when it comes to your diet. I really do apologize for my lack of progress there. We'll know after today where to focus our efforts in that regard. It's alright, I understand. I'd love some more options, though.
Yes, well, I'll see what he comes up with, and if that's not enough, I'll figure something out. Anyways, shall we?
Yeah, right. So what's first anyways?
First would be this over here,
he says as he leads me back to a large circular device at the back of the room.
You may still be familiar with this one. You've been through it once already.
The door opens and a bed-like protrusion comes out of the wall. Right, x-rays or something, yeah?
The professor asked for, frankly, a stunning amount of internal scans to be done. Some that would have been, well, a bit more intrusive than I would have liked, so I condensed the list and selected the ones I thought would be best.
And he'll be okay with that?
He's not the one with 3 medical degrees, so he'll have to live with it. Anyways, that list was highly speculative to begin with. There's little reason to talk about biopsies or drawing samples before we've even done any internal scans. Whereas we can clearly just do some internal scans instead.
Oh, so like an MRI or something? We have that technology back home is all.
Oh, that's good. So you understand some of what's happening then.
I mean, for me, it just boils down to sitting still for a few marks, but yeah, I get it.
Well, we should get started then. Do you mind taking your shoes off and emptying your pockets? Any number of miscellaneous things can interfere with the test.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Thank you. Now, don't worry too much about this first one. I can sit with you here while we do it. I'll just ask that you try and sit still.
Yeah, of course. Mind helping me up? He offers a paw as I slip into the device. I can't see him anymore, but I think he's seated just above my head. I hear him flipping through some documents and talking under his breath. The dim lights move in a hypnotic pattern on the ceiling, only a foot or two from my face. So, what is this Soknos project anyways? The one you keep talking about. Some big new thing coming in, yeah?
Oh, well, clearance aside, I suppose I can tell you.
Clearance? Is it really that secretive?
It's less so much a secret and more just just proper procedure. I haven't even told Peter of all the specifics yet.
Really? Can't imagine he's happy about that.
He's used to it. He's been at Soknos longer than I have.
Oh, that's surprising.
Is it?
Well, kind of. I figured since your dad... since the professor was so prolific, you'd have been around since you were qualified.
Well, I worked for some subsidiaries for a while. That doesn't mean I wasn't here, working on the station. I just wasn't a Soknos employee.
Ah, so it's semantics.
Are you sure you want to start arguing with me? I could forget to take you out of there for a mark or two. I have been busy, after all.
And let me starve? You'd never.
You're not hungry, are you?
I hear him almost whimper. No, Merwin, I'm fine. Thank you. That's kind of cool still. I forgot that not everyone here works for Soknos.
It feels like that at times, but no.
I don't really know how ubiquitous Soknos is outside of this place. I can only imagine they're pretty damn important. They basically seem like an arm of the government at this point. So, are you gonna tell me about it?
Oh, it's not as exciting as you might imagine. They're having us run trials on some new drug that they've been working on. Something about bone and muscle atrophy in spaceborne individuals. That's a thing that happens on stations with no gravity if you're not careful. It's not really fatal, mind you, but it is still something we need to overcome for long-term sustainability.
That sounds pretty important. Is that something you want to be working on, though?
If it ends up helping people, then of course. But it's just as likely it could fail to pass the trial stages.
That must be rough for him, working on something for months only to have it shelved because it just can't be done at the time. So, what's up with all the boxes of new equipment, then? Seems like a lot for just some drug trials.
Honestly, I'm not sure myself. There's apparently still more waiting in the cargo hold as well. I do appreciate getting new tools every once in a while, but this does feel a bit excessive.
Maybe they're just being cautious.
Yes, that is a virtue they like to think they preach, isn't it?
He continues reading as I feel myself getting drowsy staring at the ceiling. I want to itch every single itch of my body at the same time, just waiting like this, and somehow he can tell.
You're about halfway there, Rias.
Really?
No, are you doing alright?
Yeah, just a bit bored.
I can imagine. You need anything?
Not really, but talking helps.
Anything cross your mind?
I don't really understand something. Maybe you can help me figure it out.
Okay, what is it?
You've talked about other stations before, but I don't understand. Are there just civilians living in space?
It's a bit complicated. There are various orbital and low orbiting stations around most of the planets in our system, but they aren't like this one. Some house civilians or entire communities, and some are strictly for research or government businesses. Very few of them have gravity. The ones in low orbit do, but those are really only on Iao, and are different in their own right.
Tyr said something about that, I think.
Yes. He worked there for a time, I believe.
So wait, why do people live on these stations then? Don't you have, like, 3 planets you could be on instead?
Why live anywhere? Societal reasons, socioeconomic reasons, it's a whole bevy of issues. For Iao, it's mainly the issue of overpopulation. If you can't create enough cities on the ground, make them in the sky. Not everyone wants to move to Urium or Reiki, and fewer still even can. Space travel may be easier for us than it is for your species, but it's still not an easy process, and it's far from being wholly commercialized.
Second, you one at a time. Alright, guys and gals, and we are back. Let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Before I jump into my VR party. Alright. You didn't mention Iao had an overpopulation issue.
I didn't mention a lot of things about the planets, Rias. We barely had time for a summary. Huh! Yes, Iao has had a population crisis for a few generations now. The new cities have helped, but they aren't a permanent solution.
I had no idea.
Perhaps I'm explaining it poorly. It's not as awful as you believe it is. People thrive, society flourishes, just as it always has. Many of your best recruits are from Iao, including Peter and myself.
I thought you didn't know where you came from.
Oh, well, the orphanage was on Iao. Whether I came from the planet's surface or an orbital matters little. It's not like they transported me from Urium just to get adopted.
No, I guess not. Why is every answer here raising even more questions? So, there are stations like that on every planet, even the uninhabited ones?
Most of them. I don't believe Tirum or Reclane have any. If there is one orbiting an uninhabitable planet, it's most likely a research station like this one.
So they're mostly around Iao, then?
I believe so. Urium and Reiki don't have quite the same infrastructure to support building them, let alone the economy to keep them running.
As long as they don't need them, I suppose. I wonder what Merrick could tell me about that. Well, thanks for explaining that. I will say, though, it definitely makes me want to visit Iao at some point, if that ever becomes a possibility. I hadn't really thought about leaving the station for a while, and especially not to go to an alien planet. I wonder if that'd ever be possible. I doubt Marilyn thinks about leaving the station too often either.
That might be a while, Rias.
Yeah, I realize that. No worries. It's okay, really. How much longer until I can stretch my legs, Doc? Meryl?
The scan finished a few minutes ago. I just didn't want to cut you off while you were still talking.
Please let me out. The machine slides out from the wall and a paw helps me back to my feet. I get a few stretches in while he fiddles with a nearby display.
So, this is your first x-ray from a few days ago, and this one is from today.
2 almost identical images appear on the screen in front of me. It's like a really strange game of spot the difference as I look for any changes in my bones. I think I noticed something on one of my legs, but when I point it out, Doc waves it off as superficial. I keep trying until he finally raises a clawed finger to a part of my right arm.
Here, this could be some small fracture of some kind. Do you mind if I feel it?
Huh? On my arm? Yeah, sure. Turning to the side, I raise my arm for him and he gently starts pressing down where he thinks the damage might be.
You feel anything? Anything at all?
I feel some really soft paws pressing into me, but not much beyond that. Not really. You can press harder if that helped.
No, you'd be able to feel it by now. Well, at least the scan came out negative. I'm sure the rest will too, don't worry. Rias? I think we might have to do part of the scan over again. I see an issue here.
What's wrong, Doc? He raises a paw to the diagram, pointing to my jaw. Oh, right. About that.
What?
That's, not an error. Tentatively, I smile, pointing at the gap between my teeth. Merwin leans over, and I watch as his eyes narrow in on the wound before going wide with shock.
Should I even ask how that happened?
I think you know already. He brings his paws to his face, dragging them down his long muzzle as he lets out a labored sigh.
Does it hurt?
No, it's okay now, thank you.
Huh. Well, let me know if it begins to cause any discomfort. I'll see what I can do about it. In the meantime, do you mind coming over here?
He gets up and heads over to the machine. What's this one gonna do to me?
Hopefully nothing, but it should give us a good idea of the structure of your nervous and circulatory systems.
Like my lungs?
Well, like your veins. I know it may seem a bit unnecessary with your lack of fur, but it will give us more to work with.
Helping me up onto the table, I laid down as the rings on the machine were to life, moving up and down in an almost disorienting pattern.
This shouldn't take nearly as long. I'm gonna go get some things ready while you wait. Is that alright?
Oh, sure. More tests?
Lunch, actually. I believe Peter has something to report, so he'll be back as well.
Yeah, sure. Go for it. He smiles and steps away, marching off and digging through one of the fridges in the back of the room as his tail lolls behind him. I'm still amazed he hasn't knocked anything over with that damn thing. Being able to see the rest of the room is quite nice, even if I can't move still. Time slips by as the rings do their best to lull me to sleep. Before I know it, a large paw is being offered, and I get myself up off the scanner.
I hope that was alright. Nothing too horrible?
Was that it? I almost fell asleep for a minute there.
Not all the tests have to be terrible. Not that, they are terrible, just terribly important.
His massive grin implies it was a joke, but I unfortunately can't make myself laugh, even if he did try his hardest.
Peter should be here soon enough, though, if you'd like to take a seat.
I nod graciously taking some assistance in getting up on one of the stools and resting on the empty desk. Marrow goes about preparing some of the scans for review while musing to himself about, something. I can't quite hear him, but his muted tone speaks volumes. I'd almost say he sounds disappointed. I hope that he's just bored with how good and healthy and totally not worrying my scans are. Whether or not what's wrong with me is physical, mental, or, spiritual, there's probably a good chance one of these tests today can figure something out. I doubt it will explain what I saw, though. As I go to rest my head, the far door opens and I perk up, seeing a pair of pointy ears peeking out from behind a desk. Senno, if you ever use me as a delivery boy again, I swear I'll have your tail.
Oh, Rias, lunch is here.
Peter grumbles. Is it Peter? I know it's probably pronounced Peter. I'll say Peter. Peter grumbles but graciously puts the tray on the table for all of us before taking a seat across from me. Don't be sad, Peter. It's just Spoople. Oh, you're still alive. That's good. Figured Merowyn might have stepped on you by accident. Same could be said for you.
Ha! Really, Peter, he's right. You better watch where you stand.
Alright, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon and YouTube memberships if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!